This is the TM Master Cup Series, here for race number 9 of 19 in Seattle, Washington State. The Clutch Pole Award goes to the number 31 car driven by Justin Brooks. Brooks' past couple weeks have not gone too well. Both Karyala and Salem resulted in DNFs because of brain farts on his own part. However, National Racing this week swept the top 5 qualifying positions, with Brooks being the fastest of them. He's pulling out into the lead over the outside pole sitter Ryan Araki. However, Paul Lyons, who was in contract year, decides to dive to the inside and go for the lead, perhaps a little bit more recklessly than he originally intended, but the effect is still the same. Lyons dashes into the lead with Damian Snyder in second. Araki, Durbin, and Brooks all get shuffled back. You see the lead that Lyons and Snyder begin to pull early on in the event. Ross Peterson on the number 47 car slips to the third position. Tony Durbin in the 33 car, however, still kept his car in the top 10 despite slipping back. There's Ryan Araki directly in front of him, and then that is Cyrus Laterza, I believe, the brown number 74 that they're going around. In front of Laterza is Justin Brooks, and in front of Brooks is the third place car, Ross Peterson, the number 47 of Kelvin Antifreeze car. Anthony Evans and John Broughton get together a little bit, almost create a wreck. However, the skill of both drivers prevents that from happening. Another brain fart happens. Kurt Walker gets in debutante. Austin Magnuson slips up into the outside wall. And we're going to see the damage that it did to the side of the 24 car in just a minute here. He drops all the way to the back. And, nasty dent on the side of the 24 car would put Walker off the pace early on in the event. In the meantime, Justin Brooks was beginning to hound Ross Peterson's 47 car. Brooks at one point saying that Peterson was impeding him because Lyons and Snyder were pulling away. Joseph Howard in the 17 car was running inside the top 10. Many of Joseph Howard's top 10 runs in the past couple weeks have resulted in DNFs. He hoped that streak wouldn't continue. Joel Rodriguez in the 86 car has been under the rumor mill this week. This team supposedly will be either absorbed or bought by this man right here, Sam Morrell in the 66 car, whose name has been linked to several cars, including the MRD Motorsports number 67 car, which is normally driven by Tom Delgado. Justin Brooks in the 31 car made several attempts on Ross Peterson, however those brought his teammates right up close to him. Now, Ryan Araki, car 32, the red and blue car, had tried to make some moves on Brooks' car, but those didn't work. Danny Savin, car number 91, was running all the way back in the field, and he had a mysterious failure which caused him to lose power, and he brought it to the inside of the racetrack. Danny Savin would not go out as a result of this. However, it will be difficult to understand why he didn't go out, seeing as the car stalls on the apron. He's not able to get it around to the pit lane. However, he will be pushed by the tow truck all the way back to the pit lane, and he will go 5 laps down. Paul Lyons on the 21 and Damian Snyder continue to extend their lead. However, as you see in the background, Ross Peterson in the 47 car is going slightly faster than the 2 leaders. These past couple of laps, Justin Brooks in the 31 car decides to kick off green flag pit stops. Tony Durbin in the 33 car follows. Paul Lyons, Damian Snyder, Ross Peterson, Ryan Araki in the next lap. And when everything cycled out, Damian Snyder in car number 11 was the leader. Snyder has not led many laps this year, however he was the points leader earlier on in the season. You saw a blue car in the background. That is Ross Peterson, who is in the second position. Tony Durbin is in third, and that is Mike Whitmore back in fourth. Joel Rodriguez in the 86 car was lurking in fifth, with Alan Hodges in the 13 car. An excellent run for the Welshman in the sixth position. Palmer Styles and Justin Brooks are looking right outside the top 10. Palmer, the winner at Carbondale, having a good run. Look at the repair job by those Gazelle Racing guys. They've repaired all the damage to Kurt Walker's car. However, the time it took to repair that cost them a lap. Damian Snyder in the 11 car had his teammates catch up to him. You see Lyons in second now. Durbin has moved to third, and then Peterson to fourth. Lyons are riding on board with him right now. He's going to try to make a move on Damian Snyder in the 11. He shoots to the inside. Remember, the 11 team is the same team Steve Marshall used to drive for. And Lyons completes the pass without incident. Tony Durbin and Ross Peterson hold their positions behind him, and it's a real long gap back to fifth. Tony Durbin in the 33 car plays the strategy car, which he did to win Chicago, and brings his car into the pit lane. Again, another round of green flag pit stops in the middle of the race. Paul Lyons does the next lap afterwards. Ross Peterson in the 47 car is then left the leader. And then Stuart Sandoval in the 77 car, you see here, is running in the top 5. Sandoval was suspended for the past couple of races for his aggressive driving style, which he displayed in New York. The officials haven't been too happy with him, and the team put Aimi Kuroki in that car. Tony Durbin came out of the green flag pit stops as the race leader. You see Damian Snyder right behind him in the second spot. Snyder not really able to close much on Durbin's car, who appears to be better on newer tires. However, as the run settles in, Snyder seemed to be a little bit quicker. However, the quickest car on old tires, Paul Lyons in car 21. Ryan Naraki in the 32 car was running just outside the top 10 in the 12th position. That is Rachel Rainsford back there in 13th spot. There is Palmer Styles in the 34 car. This is the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th place cars. Joel Rodriguez and Alan Hodges still duking it out with each other for pretty much the entire race. Hodges hasn't been able to make any real passing moves on Rodriguez until right now. The 13 car was beginning to look better than the 86, and the 13 car clocked in the fastest lap of the race that time by. Tony Durbin and Damian Snyder were still running first and second. However, the 11 car was beginning to close the gap on Durbin, seeing as the run was beginning to set in. The 11 car was better on older tires than Tony Durbin, and it was certainly showing. Snyder showed that superiority by making a brilliant move to the inside to pass Tony Durbin for the lead, and then beginning to pull away from him. Durbin, however, decided he'd go in for a green flag pit stop, which were due in about a lap anyway. Snyder pitted, and then that left Joseph Howard in the 17 car as the leader. Howard, once again, I cannot stress how many top 10 runs he's had without top 10 finishes. Joel Rodriguez in the 86 car was left the leader. However, with 5 laps to go, the engine expires, and the 86 car, brilliant top 10 run going, however, would not result in a top 10 finish. This would put Damian Snyder and Tony Durbin way ahead of third place, Alan Hodges. They would have to go through lap traffic. Snyder makes a move around the 88 car of Scott Bates to put him between himself and Tony Durbin, and that wasn't going to be enough for Durbin to overcome. In the remaining laps, Snyder takes his first win of the year and celebrates with victory burnouts as the sun begins to set in Seattle. A brilliant call by the number 11 crew puts Damian Snyder in victory circle. Tony Durbin in second, Alan Hodges in third, Paul Lyons fourth, Stuart Sandoval, way to make a comeback, 77 bunch, puts them in 5th after Aimi Kuroki to put them in the top 10 in Salem. Palmer Styles in 6th. Joseph Howard, finally a top 10 run, equals a top 10 finish for Joseph Howard. He's probably going to be extremely relieved with that. Cyrus Laterza in 8th. Anthony Evans getting his old groove back that he had at the beginning of the season and last year. And then Ryan Naraki, a solid run in the top 10. Just what he needed. And here's how the top 10 in points look. Tony Durbin is a whopping 36 points, up on second place Leonid Roderick, who finished 16th. Palmer Styles in second. Kurt Walker slips to third. Alexis Rainsford to 5th. Damian Snyder jumps all the way up to 6th. Gary Edwards in 7th. Johnny Ada, the Daytona winner, still keeping a very solid season going. Lewis Kingston, the winner of Texas, in 9th. And then Ryan Naraki, who hasn't won a TM Master Cup Series race in over a year, lurks in 10th position. However, I dare say he is long overdue for a victory. And here's 11 through 20. Lauren Roth, the Kuryala winner. Anthony Evans in 12th. Danny Savin down to 13th. Mike Whitmore in the Hodges Walter car to 14th. Manny Brown. Dan Klezel, I cannot say enough about how well this young man is doing. Dan Klezel in a very underpowered car number 62, keeping it in the top 20 in points. Joel Rodriguez in 17th, Alan Hodges 18th, Sam Morrell in 19th, and then the recently much hated Colin Evans sits in 20th position. Good thing Seattle is not a track notorious for contact. Otherwise, people may have found some excuse to yell at him again. That's all for this week in the TM Master Cup Series. I'll see you next time.